What's up? Well, everyone, this is a dream come true for me at the Photo Booth Expo right now. Behind me, you're seeing very unique, special individuals who stumbled upon my channel and who stopped me here today. And I'm just glad to be in their presence. So I'm going to take a minute just to introduce you guys to everyone here. Guys, just give your name, business name, social media handles, because like I said, I want you guys to gain from this opportunity as well. All right. So I'll start on this side. Here you go, Jose.
Thank you, David. And my name is Jose, and my company, it's Fun Photo Booth Las Vegas. It's located here in Vegas, my company. I've been in the company for the past 6-7 years.
Congratulations. All right. There you go.
Hey, my name is Dana McDade. We are just here brand new. We have not started yet. And we're just here trying to get information and learn about the business, and we're excited.
And you're at the right place.
Yes.
There you go.
Hi, I'm Micah. Same as my mom said, we're new, so this is our first time. We're finna get our first booth, and we're still pondering on the name. So, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Who here remembers how nervous in your heart and your bank account when you're about to buy your first photo booth? It takes a ton of research, right? And I think some of you guys probably found me during that specific journey because I was showing you guys how to buy directly from the manufacturer. A lot of people don't like me because of that here, but it's understandable. It's understandable. Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling.
Hi, I'm Angel. I'm coming from California. My business name is JCA Snaps and Events. I'm pretty brand new. Just a month ago, I started. So, well, the best place here today. And I've been following this guy. So, all his advices are really, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hi, my name is Monica Montiel. I'm from Dallas, Texas. My company's name is Photome with F-O-T-O-M-E. I've been in the market for the last 7 years, and I just started with a 360. So it's been an interesting journey. So thank you for all your help.
My pleasure. My pleasure. There you go.
My name is Christopher Evans. I'm based in Bakersfield, California. My business is Corner 10 Creative. We specialize in website development, graphic design, and photo booth services. I have a general open air photo booth and also the 360. Kind of new with the 360, but getting the hang of that now. I'm happy to be at this event for the 4th time. I just come here because I like the networking, just gaining new knowledge. I'm all about always growing when it comes to knowledge, and I learn something new every year. So definitely happy to be here, and definitely meet David because I've been following him for a while. So definitely great to meet you.
I know you guys that are viewing this right now, we probably want him to sing us a little something. Doesn't he sound like he sings, like his voice? Like, let's get it on.
Singing's in my family. I don't really sing, but it's like a family thing.
Oh, so you're naturally gifted.
We are family.
People always tell me if I didn't do graphic design, I'd be on the radio doing like smooth jazz.
I hear that. I hear that. Go ahead, brother. Take it away.
My name's Miguel. I actually thought I was like the only new person here and that everyone else was already a photo booth owner. I'm about to start my journey. I was inspired by David's videos and just here to learn as much as I can.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you.
What's happening? My name's Alicia. I'm the owner of Pasadena Party Patrol, based in LA, Pasadena. I've been in children event entertainment. I usually do birthday parties and have started with photo booths for now 10 years. Yeah, put in by this guy. So great friend, mentor, and graphic design. So I'm excited to be here for my first conference and looking to pick up some equipment on the way out.
Oh, snap. So thank you so much, everyone, okay? So just by the show of hands real quick, who's here picking up equipment today? 1, 2, possibly 3, right? Okay. You made it right in time, brother. Just introduce yourself first real quick here.
Derek with Bright Boost Photo Booths, Arkansas.
There you go. So we're basically just going over a little bit about what we're here to acquire, trying to gain, and our overall mission for today's meeting. Just a quick, Jose. Dana. Micah. Angel. Monica. Chris. Miguel. Alicia. Cool. So guys, as I was saying earlier, I just want us to literally like huddle and just share like where you're at and where your struggle is. And I'm glad that there's people here with a lot of experience, and I'm glad there's people here that are barely getting started. Pasadena, you're like super close to me. I love that. I hope we get to network, all right? So if you guys want to bring it in, because I think we're done with COVID, right? So I want to start off, we'll start off this way, right? tell me like one of your struggles or one of the things that has really helped you with your business. Just let us know, man, what's working for you, what's not working.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've been doing it 8 years now.
Good.
So it's growth. You know, it's that steady growth. How do you get folks that have the same passion as you? It's the growth. I think that's the struggle for me in finding people.
So 8 years in, what is your challenge now 8 years in? What's one of the hurdles that you're trying to get over?
I think the other is staying up with technology. Like that, you know, AI is out, Glambot is out. Like, I think that's the other thing. It's keep learning. I think that the struggle is a benefit too, because you can keep learning. I think that's the fun part.
That's the beauty.
I love it.
This is a forever learning thing,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
Sweet. Thank you. So pass it on.
Yeah. I'd say the challenge right now I'm trying to work through is having the confidence in staff to pass on work and not be there, and allow them enough time to get comfortable with equipment and expectations. I learned a lot with the checklists and different things that you can help guide people. But I feel like I want to get out more pre-planning and having my team feel like they're empowered and not me like over their shoulder, like, did you do that? Did you do that? So that's one of the things that I'm working through to get to the next step.
Beautiful. Have you guys heard of Rex on YouTube?
Oh, yeah.
He's really good with like technical stuff, iPad setups. We had a meeting today and we talked about staffing. And we talked about how difficult it is for us passionate entrepreneurs, especially it being our baby business, to hand someone an event, even though we train them for like 2 or 3 events. And if we do, how much stress we experience to say like, I hope they're setting it up correctly, the lighting, I hope they're being really nice to the people and patient, not pulling the kid's hair and kicking them out to the side like, hey, leave my props alone. Right. It's a difficult situation to like give your business to someone else to take care of. You struggle with that, right, Jose? But the key here, guy, is really loving yourself enough to allow trust in your life to come. It's like someone cheating on you and you're saying, you know what, I'm done with love. I'm never going to get into a relationship again. Yeah. It doesn't work that way. You never know what's going to work. You never know who you're going to marry, who you're going to divorce. So the best thing is, like you said, you keep learning from life and you keep going. So for me right now, I was at the same point, like, I want to bring people on, but I only want to give up so much control. So now as I'm growing and I'm only growing is because every time I catch myself doing something, I'll give you an example. I used to hold my own cameras. I used to do my own mics. Now we have one of our directors. She's starting to assist with that part. So it's about how many things in our business can we give up as fast as possible? Because you'll get to a point where you'll start getting bookings, and then you're going to brag to your family and friends at Denny's, at IHOP. Yeah, I got 4 bookings this month. I made $800 in one night. And that's great. That's the point where you're like, I'm making a lot of money now. And you're really not. But because you're going into a new income bracket, you're like, this is good. But what happens is you get burned out after 6 months because you're operating, you're dealing with the client, you're troubleshooting, you're unloading. So this is what I mean by it's so important for you guys to bring people in as early as possible and start training them on those things. So 1, you guys learn together, and 2, as you're learning the infrastructure together, you know how long it should take that person to get that done, right? So this right here is, I just want to bring it back to love yourself enough to allow trust and people to come into your life to bless your business, because you guys are also blessing them with an opportunity.
Right
Cool?
on. Thank you.
All right.
Okay. So, like I said, I'm new and I haven't started yet.
Okay.
But my challenge right now is just like calculating exactly what my budget is and seeing exactly what products are the ones that I want to invest in first. And yeah, just and learning strategies from here to like build my website and do whatever I can to invest in it to get a return quicker. Because my real goal is to quit my job and just go all in, like just aggressively do absolutely everything I can to get the return as quick as I can and build it as strong as I can.
The greatest investment you made so far is being here today. Like this very, very, very moment. Like you traveling here, buying the ticket, that's like the best investment you made so far, man. Quite honestly, I should have done that in the first year, but I didn't. Why? Goes back to what I was telling you guys. I was in my business doing all the work. I'm like, the photo booth expo can wait right now. I'm making $500 a night. I don't think I need to go right now and lose out on maybe $1,000 for this week. But you see, guys, it's all about having the right people around you so they can give you a different point of view. And you're like, maybe he's right, maybe he's wrong, but it got me thinking, right? So does anyone want to answer his question as far as like his budget and where he should get started before I kind of address it? Anyone?
I had a mentor. I had Chris to help
Okay,
me.
all right.
He set me up with my first edition and second edition. So I would just say, you can't find somebody here to guide you or somebody in your hometown that can help. Because being in a place like this, it's overwhelming with all the bells and whistles. And you want to also get something that's proven that it's going to work and not too flashy and new where it's still working through bugs and everything. Right. So I would say just find somebody who's doing it and who's been through a couple of different equipment shows.
That, and also, thank you very much. There's a company called Photo Booth Marketing. Ursula is the speaking brand of her business. She was here last night. I followed her and done a lot of stuff that she shares for free. I haven't signed up for her monthly program, which is only $150. But what it is Photo Booth Marketing is they're doing what I'm doing at a professional level. See, what I'm doing, I'm raw. I just tell you guys everything that I'm doing and hopefully it helps. And then I'll tell you like, man, what I was doing didn't help out. So now I'm doing this. I'm just sharing my entire journey, right? But these folks, they'll show you how to land corporate clients and weddings and how to brand yourselves. And I'll just give you a quick summary of what she introduced to my mind yesterday. She was saying, okay, how do we go from $500 event to a $5,000 event? And her example was, here's a digital photo booth, not a DSLR camera, but a regular digital photo booth. So how do we pitch it to the client? By putting that digital booth inside of an inflatable balloon enclosure and branding the booth, branding the attract screen, and all of a sudden you market that to a corporation for $5,000. And in my mind, I'm thinking like, that small tweak? That's crazy, right? So photo booth marketing, join their membership. You're going to get free content so you can post on your website. And she's running a special. So when you guys go in there, if you guys haven't done so, Photo Booth Marketing, Ursula said, hey, David said great things about you. And he's going to sign up today. That's what I'm here to do today.
Can I add just a piece?
Please do.
This is important that you have a budget. But I think more importantly is thinking about how much money you want to make. Your money to make money.
Investment.
I think the investment in yourself, you can attract money too. So be thinking about the budget, how much you want to spend, but also think about how much you want to make, because I think that is going to help you really focus. That's my little nugget.
That's a good point.
I've been in the industry for the last 7 years, right? But like he said, I'd never paid attention. I was like, the photo booth's not important. It's not important because I thought this was a waste of time. What I have learned here, I wish I would have done that years ago. Okay. Ursula was a big help for me because in the last 7 years, I have no website. I have no social media to share my stuff with because everyone's been a word of mouth. Well, now that I'm trying to change my clientele, well, they're asking me for this information and I don't have it, right? So Ursula yesterday was, oh my gosh, very knowledgeable, very affordable. I mean, in my budget, I don't want to spend money on things that I don't need, but I do want to spend money on things, the quality stuff that I do need to help me grow. Mm-hmm. So before we leave here today, I'll make sure I'll share her information because it's going to help.
Nice. Thank you for your contribution. Go for it, my brother.
Well, actually, I'm just going to piggyback on my friend Alicia.
Okay.
Kind of the same issues to where, that trust and, handing off things that you've built up over the years and handing it to somebody and trusting that they're going to run the event, the way you would run it. So I'm trying to get around that, and when I leave here, I'm going to start looking into people, in my hometown and, do some training. You actually write up, a list of how I want to train them before I just go out and find somebody. So I learned that in the seminars yesterday about, having a checklist and things that you do and keeping track of that.
Yes.
That way, when you're training, you have an exact, ABC of your steps and, how to train somebody to do what you do.
Absolutely.
And I'll say outside of that, because I'm a creative person, I'm also technical. So that hasn't really been an issue. It's more, I always keep up kind of with what's new and going on. But I would say that would be the biggest issue, just trusting somebody. And then also getting outside of my personality, because like I said, behind the scenes, I'm making sure things are going to run smoothly. But sometimes my battery gets drained, if I'm at an event too long, because I'm an introvert. And so that would be the key, really, when I find somebody. They kind of have to be an extrovert that balances out, my detail, making sure everything is running smooth. And then while I'm doing that, they're making sure that the guests are entertained and, keeping the booth moving. So that would be my biggest challenge, to make sure I find somebody to match my personality and that contrasts well.
Yeah, so let me take away two things from that point right there. So one is someone that matches your culture, but also matches your personality. If you know you get drained, guys, for me, I get drained over these events too, especially because I put my heart into it for every event. And that's why we get good tips too. I don't know if you guys know, but sometimes clients will tip you $200 to $400. I'm like, what? Wait, does this mean I'm not charging enough? Because this tip is almost as much as I charge hourly. But they just kind of show like, hey, you guys really did a great job. But going back to the gentleman, what he was saying is find someone with a purpose. When we're looking for staff, we're so excited that there's that possible person that can be our rock star, our most valuable player. And we place all of our eggs in one basket kind of thing. So it's better to hire people at multiple times, bring them with you to events so you guys can see them perform and react. Because everyone can put on an act, but you get to know them deeply on how they react because they don't have time to put in an act. It's like the reaction. And also take the role of a mentor. When you don't come off as a manager, as an owner anymore, but you come off as a mentor, the relationship dynamics change a little bit. And now you're acquiring leadership skills. And I think that is super valuable. That's just my point of view. That's what I wanted to contribute to that because I think that's amazing. There you go.
I think my struggle for me now at this point in my journey right now, it was marketing. I think that was really important for me because I didn't know. I think I got really, really comfortable with my past and my clients and, just here, whatever, So, because I started just for fun. I started with my daughter's school banquets and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I'm a picture person because I always wanted everyone to have pictures. And all the kids, I wanted them to have pictures. But now that my life has changed and I want to do something different, and I think it's a time for change. So I think my struggle for me was marketing and finding the good quality people that wanted to sincerely help. And that's what I was struggling the most with.
Okay. Have you overcame that hurdle?
I did. This week.
Can you just share a little bit about that? We want to hear some of that too.
Well, I feel like I have a really, I'm a very strong character sometimes, and I think sometimes I could be overwhelming.
Makes sense.
I felt like some of the people that I met here today were go-getters, or you call them boss babes, Mm-hmm. So I joined the Strong Women's group, and everyone that I've met in this industry since we've been in this conference has been helping and making sure they answered my questions. If not, they had resources. So I was pretty much writing notes. I had a template. I took notes. My hand hurts from writing all the notes, but I was able to make sure that I got every question I had, I asked and I found, and I'm ready to get to the next level.
And it's just to bring it all together, just network with the right people.
And I have a to-do list. So I think that's very important too. Like for you to actually have a to-do list and make sure that you start like maybe in 5 days, what's your goal to do this? What's your goal to do that? What are you going to do in 30 days? What are you going to do in 60 days? And whatever you don't do or you can't finish in 60 days, what are you going to do in 90 days? But at the end of the day, you have to complete your goal, right? You have to finish it.
Absolutely. Let me add just a little bit to that part, guys. And this is, thank you. And this is pretty fresh to me, is as entrepreneurs, I think our success also relies on how fast we can make decisions. Because we have so many things going on that we make one thing a higher priority than the other. But the faster that we make that decision, instead of prolonging the reply to that email, once we get into that psyche of just making quick decisions, we can look back a month and we're like, I got a lot of shit done because I didn't procrastinate too much. So like making decisions faster. And if you make the decision, it was a wrong decision, guess what? You got to that point even faster. You can draw data from it because you actually made the decision. So it allows you to pivot and go back to the drawing board even faster. All right, here you go.
Well, like I say, I'm brand new, but I already have one event book. Yeah, I already bought my 360 photo booth directly as David advised.
Okay.
Yeah, well, my struggle right now is I'm going to buy a printer. But I'm deciding if I want to add a printer or no to my business. So I don't know if you guys can give me an advice on that one.
Yeah, anyone have some advice whether she should invest in a printer or not? What are your guys' takeaway?
Yeah, not right now. You have the 360. Yeah. I don't think you need to invest in that right now, right?
So you have the 360 and the digital booth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have what that's a preference too? You know, I like to print, right? When I started, that's what I like to do. So maybe you need to figure out if you really want just to sell your uploads, or if you actually want to provide prints for now, until you maybe earn a little extra, and then you can afford to buy your printer, because everyone's uploading right now.
And it's like the gentleman said, it's about when you buy something, what do you see the return in? Yeah. Like this is an investment. It is what it is. It's an investment as long as you make it an asset, right? Jose, do you have anything you want to?
Yeah. So before, one of the things that I learned that getting the one-in-one it's key, because I feel like David, like when I bought my first photo booth, I did the research, but I didn't do it properly. So what happened is that I overspent, because I didn't do my task. And then because I had a job from 8 to 5, so I didn't had enough time to do it. So this 2024, I decided to quit the job that I had from 8
Wow,
you
quit your full time.
Yes, yeah, I quit my full time.
Nice, bro.
And there's always that scare, oh man, how am I gonna do it? But I was preparing myself for the past 5 years, so I was like, okay, no, I'm ready. I can survive without even working for 5 years. Now I can focus on my business, And then boom, the first month, it was like great out of nothing, Last minute, I booked like a 3 days event for a company for the 360 photo booth. So I was like, oh wow. And then February, it was slow as well, but events are coming, So now my main priority is like, look for those customers. You go to the casino, because I'm from Vegas, so get into those vendor lists. It's pretty hard.
Get on the vendors list.
And then working on the reviews, So the reviews are key,
We're just
when David said the example about the reviews, I went right away and bought one of those QR code, and I start taking it to my events, the 360, and I was getting like 20 review in one day, but just asking, because before I wasn't asking, So right now, like 20 reviews in one day, and you get them, the customers. As soon as they get off the photo booth, you're kindly say, hey, you know what? Did you enjoy it? Yes. All right. So right now she's excited, So why don't you do me a favor? As a small business, a review will really, really, help me out, So while it's loading the 360, because you know how it takes to load, right? So could you be kind and leave a review, And they do. So I even text David, dude, I got 20 today, and tomorrow, and that's the following day, I got 15 reviews. So in 3 days, I made like 60 reviews, So, get those one-in-one, I try to get at least one per month with David. If I have any question, like even if I want to buy something, I watched his video I try to keep, watching, because sometimes, you get distracted and you miss something to hear, and then you go back and hear it again, so that's great. And then if I have any question and I want to get more information, I try to get those one-in-ones. I don't see as spending money. I see it as an investment, because I actually was getting information. I actually was doing marketing through another company. I'm not going to say the name. I was paying like $300 a month, and I wasn't getting that money back. So I was like, it's cheaper with David, and I get more info, So and it does help me, because he doesn't even help me with those tips like those review, but it does help me with like ideas. So he's working for us in kind of some way, So that's an investment that he's doing. So with his knowledge and my knowledge and everybody's knowledge and experience, So it does help my business. So 2024, I think it's going to be a success for me. I think I'm going to grow, more. These events, they're important for the networking and for finding new companies, so it's always good to come here and, and invest that time, because you're investing time for your company. Thank you, David.
Thank you, Jose. And congratulations on going full time. Jose said a couple of things that I want to just cover with you guys. He brought up vendors and he brought up Google reviews. If you guys haven't done so, hit up your schools, your colleges, your high schools, get on their vendor list. Most likely they're going to ask you guys for your business license and your business insurance certification. You can get your business certification, your business insurance through Thimble or through your actual insurance provider. Get a quote from them. Get at least 3 quotes. You're going to want that. The reason I bring this up, guys, is because those are the type of clients that are going to give you multiple bookings throughout the year. Yep. Repeated business the 2nd year, 3rd year, 4th year, in addition to all of your new clients. And this is how you start filling up that pipeline full of clients. And then he brought up Google. Google does a lot of the heavy lifting for me, more than my website does, because people find my Google before they actually find my website, especially because we're local businesses. So guys, make sure you're showing your Google some love. He has a bunch of Google reviews now because some people usually ask the person that hired them to leave them a review. He's asking everyone at the party. And there's going to be a minimum of 80 people at a party. So imagine now if there was a competitor in business longer than Jose and had 100 reviews, and then Jose within 1 year surpasses him like crazy. When I see that, I'm going to call his business for sure, even to just get a quote. And I'll probably call 2 other people, right? So please take care of your Google reviews and pay attention to how much people you're allowing to actually give you a review. Ask for the review. Last night's event was, the answer is no if you don't ask, right? But to tie back to your question about the printer, do you have any advice on her whether she get a printer?
So when it comes to the printer, like, and before buying anything, like my first, the second photo booth that I bought through David, I was holding it, you know, like I don't want to, you know, let me wait. And that was in January. I didn't buy it, right? Okay. I was waiting. And then this customer called me, and that was a big contract. It was like $3,000 for 3 days, you know. So that was a good opportunity. So then I jumped. And right away, I did a one-on-one with David. And I told David, I need to buy this. And then he told me, like, you need to buy this. And he guided me, and I went and do it.
Very cool.
So,
all right.
Yeah. So if you need the printer, just wait. If you get a contract that needs a printer, then you buy it.
So basically he's saying order upon demand. Like if someone wants it, like you, for example, right? You're like, I got an event and I don't know how to use my equipment to the maximum yet, but I'm going to learn before the event. It's about, and that's the thing is about like business owners and entrepreneurs. Our life every single day is full of uncertainty. We don't know how many bookings we're going to get. Right. We don't know what's going to happen, but we put our best foot forward and we do the work. And you just got to do the work. You got to live life by faith. There you go.
Well, like I said, we haven't started yet. Like we're trying to get our first booth, but I feel like my main struggle is going to be marketing and not getting discouraged by it. Cause I feel like when I first start stuff, I set really high goals for myself. Good. And so like whenever I don't reach them, I get kind of discouraged about it. And then I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna quit. Like, no. And I'm like that with a lot of stuff. So that's why I really wanted to come here and try to like learn as much as I could and network. And like we talked to a lady yesterday, I think her name was Gina. And I was kind of just asking her, like, I've been asking people, how was it when you first started out? Cause you know, like I feel like that's better for me since I haven't started versus I asked someone who's been in it for like 10 years. Cause their struggles right now are going to be way different from when they first started. So I've really just been trying to get everyone's like insight on when they first started just to see how it's going to go realistically for me.
Absolutely. I want to share something, and then if you guys can please just contribute to that. So did you guys hear? I know her voice is a little lower. So her thing is she sets up goals for herself, and those goals she holds to a high standard. And when she doesn't hit those goals, it discourages her, right? And I know exactly what you mean. So I'm going to just share what I think. So for me is we all here have goals. We have daily goals, weekly goals, annual goals. And our goals could be like, you know what, I'm going to eat less sugar. You know what, I'm going to go into the gym twice a day. Or you know what, I'm going to put away $50 in my savings. You know, whatever it is, we have goals. And I can tell you right here, right now, for everyone that I probably don't hit 50% of my goals. But the thing is, the goals that I hit are an indicator that I'm still breathing and working towards my dream. And then the other goals that I didn't hit, did it kill me? No. Did it kill anyone in my family? No. So it might kill my motivation. But motivation comes from just a moment of being motivated. In business, it's not about staying motivated. It's about just committing to yourself and loving yourself to be true, to stick to the plan. And that's what's changed my life drastically is not so much hitting a bunch of goals, but just being honest with myself and saying, I didn't hit that goal. Why didn't I hit that goal? Mm-hmm. Instead of making up excuses on why I didn't hit that goal and life's not fair. So once you start analyzing yourself, and this is good that you hold yourself to a high standard, always remind yourself, but is this the like my end here? Is this where it all ends? And the answer will be like, no, there's still air in my lungs. I'm just going to keep going and acquire more information and more data. Because that's what a goal is, just a very small benchmark of that. You are being proactive towards your overall goal. That's all it is. But you don't know at what speed you're going to get there. So just continue going down that road. Like, just keep going.
Can I add to that?
Yeah, please do.
I'm going to say you're going to want to quit when you don't have any business. You might want to quit when you got 150 events a year.
Damn.
I had that. I was like, last year, I almost quit.
Like that. You switched it up real quick.
If you got that,
yeah,
you're going to keep going when you got a lot and when you have none.
That's very true. Because it'll happen where you're like, shit, like, the phone it just keeps ringing. And then you're like, all of a sudden you take it out on your clients. You're like, no discounts. Like, I'm not even going to reply to your message because I got people and it gets frustrating. So it's just like, this is what it's all about, is building character. It's like, so don't give up on your goals, have goals, but just look at them as like a way to stay proactive throughout your day and then gradually get there. Does anyone want to add?
Add to that. So what you said at the end is kind of, you already have it figured out, learning new things. For me, the more I learn, the more confident I become. So even when I don't hit my goal or I make a mistake, I might beat myself up for a while, but I know, like, okay, that's a mistake. I can learn, what did I do here wrong that I can fix? Like what David said, what can you do to, fix that mistake and be better for the next time? So for me, it's just, staying up on new technology, always learning, watching people like David on YouTube. And that just builds my confidence that I know what to do. For an example, when I first got my 360, I bought it here. And 2 months after I left the Expo, my mom had a stroke. So I basically turned off all my Google ads because I knew I was going to just be a caregiver for, however long I had to be. And so I was still doing my main business, but I just stopped doing photo booths. But what I did, when I had time, I would set up the 360 in the living room, test, try different softwares. So by the time I was able to get back out there, I was nervous because I'm like, man, my first job, I've never done it. I didn't tell the client it was my first, 360 job, but, somebody referred me and I had done like a open air photo booth. So they were like, yeah, I think he has a 360 too. And so I did the job. The fact that I had practiced so much in my living room, it was like I was almost a vet because I went in there, set up, did my thing. They loved it. And so I went in there with confidence because I had done it so much at home that it wasn't really like a first time job. And so that's what I would say. Just always practice, learn, and then that confidence will get you through.
Sweet. Anyone else want to talk about goals and not hitting them?
No, I just want to give you something here too. There's so many softwares to choose from, right? Like there's so many information, right? You said you had a 360?
No, Evan, like we're finna.
Okay.
We'll get something. We haven't started.
Okay, so I think for me too, there's so many softwares that you could pick from that, kind of all do the same thing. Find the one that you feel comfortable with and stick to it. Not unless something else happens that you want to upgrade or someone else shows you, but always do what's best for you and what's comfortable for you, right? Like, you don't have to have one here, one software here. You don't have to, find one that works for you and that you're comfortable with and move on. So I've noticed that there's so many softwares. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't even have the time to learn it all, right? But I figured that he was really knowledgeable, so this is going to be my second software, which is that Snap. But I use Darkroom for everything. Everything. Darkroom's like my to-go-to. The imaging spectrum, the printer, everything, like their customer service, they are available when I need them, and that's what I personally need, right? I don't need somebody who's like, oh, I can't have time, or I don't respond to me. Every time I call them, they're available all the time. So Darkroom for me I love it, right? And thanks to him, I got the snapping, for the 360.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
So only switch over if it's necessary, guys.
Yes.
Only if it's necessary. Yeah. There you go. Only if it's necessary.
Okay, I have so many things. The main thing for me, so I've been in my career for 28 years, real analytical, like healthcare, just this one side, left brain. And I want to dip into this creative side that seems fun and exciting and something I can do with my daughter. So I guess for me, my biggest fear is like whether I'm going to be able to have time to do both. Am I going to just make this investment and then not do anything? Or am I going to, because ultimately I want to leave my job and do more things I'm passionate about. So that's the first thing. I know I'm going to have to kind of prioritize. But then the other thing is, I feel like I do two things in technology. I bank and I do email. Okay. So everything else, I'm like technology challenge, right? So I'm hoping my daughter with her young brain can like come in and figure out some of those things. But just the fact, like when she mentioned these two other softwares, because I felt like I had one software in mind and then she mentioned two things. And I'm like, oh my God, there's more. And I like just sunk in because I can get overwhelmed when it's too much, you know? So that would be, I guess, my biggest thing. But I see how easy it could be. Well, not easy, like it's not easy, but it is, because I got a girl, an event, like the girl who introduced me to it. Mm-hmm. I just went to my gym and I was like, hey, have you heard about a photo booth? And they're like, yeah. And I gave her that gig. So I was like, well, man, if I got a gig that easy, maybe I could get us some. Mm. And, you know, so that's part of the reason why we're here. And I guess my other question for y'all is, so are you trying to bring in a team so that you can free yourself up? Is that why y'all are trying to find reliable people?
I believe that every individual here has a similar goal, right? To have a successful business, but everyone's definition of success for their business is very unique. So if you guys want, we'll start off with you, sir, if that's okay. Yeah.
I don't mean to stress you out more, but on the time thing, you won't have enough time. But you got to make the time. I work a corporate job. I was on a Zoom call walking the floor in there. I made the time to be in two places. Yeah. You know, I'm on vacation, but you got to do what you got to do. I would say that. I would say you'll feel like you won't have enough time because you don't, but you got to make the time. The other part is, I think ultimately I would want to just let this business run itself, but I still love what I do. I think you'll find that there's passion in this creative side for me. It's kind of an outlet to just the balance of the corporate side of it. It's very rigid, and this is free. So it's freedom in that too. So I think finding that balance, and because you can't spend all day, working this business and have your main job. I think it's making the time and finding the right time is what I would say.
What was the question?
Oh, as far as she was asking some challenges around people and growth and hiring a team and not doing this on.
It's okay. I know you're barely getting your feet wet, but sir, did you hear her question?
Yeah, is it about building the team
So her question is like, what's our ultimate goal as photo booth business owners? Is it to start a business and have it running on autopilot, or
like
how
y'all have been in it? You want to bring somebody else, because you wanted to grow, or because you're trying to get more freedom, for yourself?
Yeah, for me, this job is my freedom. So I have a 9-to-5 where I've been in education. So I have a resource of families, events, and staffing. So my ultimate goal is to have the spirit of my business be reflected whether I'm there or not. So that means in presentation, in personality, and follow-up. I would love to be involved in, part aspects of that, but I don't want to feel like I have to be there for that to be projected. So that's where I'm kind of at now, where that happy medium where I still want to be involved. But I also don't want to do everything, where I'm also trying to snap reel for a promo, and I'm also trying to pass out a business card, and then I'm, so it's a lot. Yeah. And I think that I take on a lot, and I feel like it's only going to be done one way. Is that's the way I feel like I need to do everything. But I just want the spirit of the business to be reflected, and whatever that looks like, I'm open to.
Yeah, I don't have too much to add. What she said, we're kind of in a similar situation. She actually has more staff than me. I kind of do everything on my own. I might have, people I can rely on every now and then to come help me out. I had a dedicated guy, but he actually moved to LA. So I've been doing it on my own for a while, last year or two. But my goal is to get that freedom. But like I said, photo booths is actually the side business right now. I want to actually get it bigger to kind of balance the work that I do with my website development business and the graphic design, because that's the major part of what I do. And even with that business, I want kind of freedom from that, where I can train other designers to kind of come in, and I'm more like, a salesman for my business and bringing in clients that way. And so the same with the photo booth, I kind of want to train people to where I can even, add multiple booths. So I'm doing, multiple events, because right now I do one at a time. But my goal is to grow it to where I have multiple people doing different events. And then I'm kind of more in the background.
Yeah.
So.
For me, it's freedom. I am a mother of 4 girls, and I am so busy. I also want my girls to learn they love doing this too, right? So they're both in college. I got 2 girls in college and 2 in elementary. So I think this is around their area with their young kids and all that stuff. And like, I think this is really good for them. So my goal right now is for me to get educated as much as I can, is extra stuff that I need. Like I said, it's been a while since I've upgraded anything. But I do want them to learn so that they don't have to work as hard as they are right now. You know, they work full time and they go to school full time. So I want them to be able to have freedom. I want to be, like a one-stop shop here in Dallas. Like I want to be able to create some other, sources or other products to be or services as well, to my clients. And I want to reach that goal. So that's because I don't want to go back to corporate world.
Cool.
Okay, I'm pretty new. Like I said, I'm not old. But I have experience building businesses. In October, I had my business. I have a transportation business with my husband. I just got divorced 3 months ago. He took the business, left me without nothing. So my niece, Angie, she said, well, Auntie, do this.
Yeah.
And always just being an entrepreneur can be overwhelming, but just do it. Jump in.
Yeah.
But you need to educate yourself in that business. Find a mentor. Yeah, and like I say, educate yourself. I just signed up for this photo booth Expo conference, getting to the strong women's group. Took some classes, and then I hired Ursula for marketing. So I just started right away. What kind of profile do you want to sell? What will be your vision as a business owner? That's the main thing. Yeah, so
create that.
Yeah, and well, don't be scared. Everyone has fears, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we all have life. So just do it.
Thank you. All right, Jose, thank you so much, brother. Please let us know what's going on with your business, where the challenges is at.
So, one of the challenge that I had, it was the time, and be able to, not be able to put more time because as everybody heard, you need a lot of time with your business to grow your business. And sometimes you're working for a company and you're making that company grow, and you're not working on your company where your company can be growing, So that's why I decided to, quit my day job to focus full on my company. One of the things that I struggle is like the distraction, social media. So what I'm been doing now is like removing all um, those distractions that and just follow things that are actually is gonna help me grow my company. So that's what I've been doing, and my goal is to be able to have a successful company that I can enjoy life, be able to go and go to vacation and not struggling, with not having money, so that freedom, and to be honest with you, answering your question about the software, I think the software is the easy part. Once you learn it, it's you do it so many times that it's a piece of cake. I think the most difficult part is getting booking, learning how to talk to your customer, how to engage your customer, how to follow those customers. I had a customer that I did my task for 3 years. And I saw the results, and I gave me like you did great, because when COVID hit, nobody was doing party, right? And before COVID, I had the DMV, for a customer, and every year I was, hey, you guys gonna do a party this year? And she goes, no. Okay, all right. So every time that I go to the DMV, I will talk to her and let her know, hey, I'm here, I'm here. So guess what? When they finally did their event, they call Jose because she remembered like every year we'll show up, So that's the hardest part, networking, following like, those event planners and get into the vendor list, try to get the referrals, invest, like giving commission, for doing the referrals because, everybody's struggling, you know, so everybody wants a little bit, you know, everybody's looking the way to make extra money, you know, for gas, for food, for anything, you know. So if you give a bonus, like, or for someone that give you a referral, you know, as a token of appreciation for the gesture to give you that referral, you know, I bet that person is gonna refer you again. You know, so I think that's the hardest part, not the software, not the equipment. That you can learn through YouTube, or the easy way to learn is get one-on-one with someone that has the knowledge. You know, that way, you know, you write down all the questions, and then, you know, that person, because have the knowledge, is gonna be able to help you out. And then at the beginning, what I did is I follow all the photo booth websites in Florida, New York. So I was like getting a little bit of everything, you know, like, I like that idea. I like what they have on their website. Let me go ahead and add it to my website. You know, oh, David say this and this, that you need to put all your, you know, the areas that you want to on the website. You know, you had someone, I remember you had someone that had, it was like expert and
oh yes, with
CEO.
the website development SEO.
Yeah. So as soon as I heard that, I went and do the changes the same day, right away, because, you know, I don't pay for that marketing. I do it myself. I built my website, and if I have any question, I just call the company, and they help me out. Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot. Jose's been in the industry for how long?
Photography, 15 years, and the photo booth, 7 years.
Yeah. And he's full time now on his business. Guys, I have a meeting coming up with manufacturers inside. I gotta interview them. I know 2 of you guys here already signed up for the photo booth marketing with Ursula, right? I'm gonna pull the trigger, and I'm gonna do it today. Here's another thing I want to share with you guys right here is I thought I was too good to sign up for it. I thought, dude, I'm getting results. Like, what do I have to gain from this? But this is what I mean by, you got to go and peek your nose into someone else's world to see, like, what are they doing better? And I noticed that after a presentation, I could do a better job at the corporate and at the weddings, because I get all kinds of events. As long as they can afford me, I'm going to be there. But if I want to target a specific client, then I need to become a sniper, and I just come out with my shotgun and be like, hey, who wants my services? Right? So I'm going to go in there, photo booth marketing. Since you guys are barely getting started, it was you who asked for the booth marketing, member? The 2 of you guys? How about you? Yeah, so I'm just going to go in there and let them know, hey, we want to sign up, but we want the best deal. So is anyone interested in signing up? You? At least let's go in there and ask them a bunch of questions.
Yeah, I went ahead and did subscription, so I have all the information.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go in there and sign up. I don't want to make any excuses for myself. Before I let you guys go, I do want to take a large photo, because this is